thanks for taking the time and like feel free to just introduce yourself and let people
Yep.
know who you are and what it is you do.
Yeah, cool. So I am Glenn. It's hard to describe really, but like I was a teacher, worked in education for a long time, worked in like leadership, like consulting firm for a while. And a couple of years ago or 2 years ago, I started getting back into design. I used to teach design to high school kids and was a part of what I did. Long story, studied architecture before jumping into teaching. And anyway, I've always done graphic design. And 2 years ago, I started this little side business. And over the past year, I've been drawn to it more and more. And I was just doing it on a part-time basis and then joined up with Profit. I saw your stuff on Instagram and joined up with the Profitable Designer. I think it was in August because I had the dream of taking it full time. And I've been able to do that now. But yeah, so I do graphic design, branding, that term that lots of designers say, and I also build websites as well. And yeah, I guess that's kind of what I do. But yeah, I think that's evolving at the moment.
Um, so when you joined in August, like
Hmm.
what what things did you want to work on and like what did you see from the training program that you thought, oh yeah, that'll help me with that.
I think a lot of it was about one, like how to run a business. I'd never run a business before. I'd worked only for the past 4 years in a business. Before that, I was working in a school as a teacher and a school leader. So I had like limited knowledge. I have a network of like friends who have small businesses, so I could pick up bits and pieces. So that was a big one. Is like, how do you actually run a design business? I know how to, someone comes to me with a problem, like I need a logo, and I can do that. Um, but it was the idea of how do you scale that and also drawing more out of it's not just designs that we're offering, it's like it's solutions to problems that people have that are wider than just here's a cool logo or here's a great website. So it was that a bit. I think the biggest learning for me has been the systems element. Is having those daily rituals that I do religiously every day when I get on, I'm at my computer at 7:30 and it's running through that list of things to make sure you're on top of not just what what client delivery do I need to do, but how do I actually make sure that I'm reaching out to more people to get more work for it. So it is not like feast or famine because I can see I follow lots of designers on Instagram and stuff, and it seems like they're busy and then they're not, and then they're busy and then they're not because they get the work, they do it, and then they're hunting for the next thing once that work's finished. Um,
Mm.
so there's lots and lots of elements, but I think the biggest one is like learning how to run a business. But two is like the systems to make sure that that business can continue, but also scale as well.
Got it. What is there a particular format that you feel like is more valuable than other formats in the program? Like there's obviously you talked about the documentation and the training, the community, the calls, the hot seats. Is there a particular format that you gravitate towards to or get the most value out of?
I really enjoy like the Q&A calls and the hot seat stuff a lot. I'm not brave enough to go on a hot seat just yet, but I will do shortly. But
Next week.
yeah. But I think that is the I would say it's hard to distinguish one specific thing, but I think like learning is is learning from others. I worked in my last job. We had one of our mantras was the power of the collective genius, and quite often, what's pretty ordinary to me, but might be extraordinary to someone else. So when like you're asking questions or people are contributing to someone else's questions or answers, there's that building of collective knowledge that I love seeing. because we're all at different stages, obviously. So we've all got a lot to learn off one another, as well as like you and your training that's being provided. But I like the community aspect a lot. Being on those live, it's kind of an accountability thing for me because I'm just working by myself currently. So it's good to jump on a call and see what other people are up to. They might be ahead of me or they're just starting to see. And it's just like it's that accountability factor as well. But also hearing, it's exciting to hear people's growth too as well. So I like the community aspect. But the Q&A calls I liked, and I've been on, I think I've watched two of the hot seats. I've been in live and I've enjoyed watching people's thinking develop throughout those.
Amazing. Um, what would you say is like the biggest aha moment that you've had?
I think the biggest thing for me, and was the is how you charge, because I started this as a side hustle and was basically charging people on how many hours it took me to do a job, um, not what my knowledge and skill set is actually worth, if that makes sense. So quite
Mm,
often it's, yeah, it took me 5 hours to do this job, is $500, whatever it was. It's like, well, it might have taken me 5 hours, but if that business is going to grow or get more clients or customers because of the work that I've done with them, I should be charging more. And my knowledge and value is worth more than just here's like a group of files that you're going to whack on a website or whatever. So it's that, because I think because I've come in it into it, like I didn't study design. I've just done it all my like since I was 18, I've always done it. So I've always thought, well, I don't have a degree in it, so why? Because I come from an education background where everything is measured by how many masters you have. So it's
mm,
instead of, well, what value do I bring through the experiences that I have? And I've been able to translate lots of what I did in my previous career into this one. So that's the biggest one. It's like charging what I'm actually worth. Um, yeah, I think, and then there's gratification in that when people go, yeah, no worries. And you're like, oh, okay. Because I was really timid about asking for a certain amount or, charging a pretty big fee for something. And then like, yeah, no worries. And then, oh, okay. That was like a big aha moment. And I would th say like the money that I have coming in because of that is exponentially different, because I'm able to charge what I'm worth.
mate, take so like in extension to that, like take us through kind of some of the results. Like what it seems like you've had a pretty good start to like doing your own thing, but like take us through some of the results from the thinking and the strategies.
Yeah, so the biggest thing I think, like if I'm talking like numbers wise, I think in the my first like 3 months in the program, like if I compare like last year's financial year to this one, so I don't know, I think I maybe did like 30, again, I was doing it as a side project, it's like $30,000 in the whole financial year. And then,
Mhm.
like I posted in the group, I did $93,000 in sales in the 3 months. Um, and that was just by offering what I'm worth and also but gathering clients, like being able to reach people, having the right conversations is the big one. But also, I think a big part that it has taught me is how to talk about it, but also leaning in on the networks that I already have and say, hey, I can do this, and here's kind of like what I'm worth to do
Mm.
that. So I know sales is different for like the actual money that comes in, but like it's October, and I don't know if you want me to share like my numbers so far, if you like. So I've this month on track. Let's see if that I've just sent out two proposals the last 2 days, but like on track for October are 56,000 coming in, which
Wow.
is insane. And it's like um and like next month it's looking at around 40-ish. I've just been doing my finance. I religiously look at my finances every day. Another thing that
Yeah,
I
nice.
just to make sure. But then, like in September, while I made those sales, cash flow was pretty low because I was like knocking out that work, and some of the work
Mm,
hadn't wrapped up or hadn't started yet. So then, like it was pretty low. It was like 15 in September of money coming in, but I'd made all those sales. But then, like October and November is super healthy with money actually coming in as well. So that's been huge, um, because like cards on the table as a like I was working as a leadership consultant. I was on like $120,000 a year. Um,
mm.
and I'm looks like I'll make that before the end of the year, and we're months in. Um, so that's been, yeah, it's been the biggest confidence boost because I went in going, well, I need knowledge. So a program like this is amazing because I don't know where to start apart from, hey, I can build your website or do your logo, to no, I like asking people like what they like. One of the I think we spoke about it in, it was the Q&A call. Hannah brought it up. Was like asking people what they're like, what are their numbers every month? Because then I can know how much to charge. Um, and that gratification of being rewarded for the work, but also I don't think I'll ever lose the teacher part of me and actually helping people because that's a part of it. And that I genuinely, as well as great as those numbers are, and it's fantastic, I genuinely like helping people. Um,
Mm.
and I think you model this really well. You're invested in us doing well, and we should be invested in our clients doing well because that everyone wins that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit of a ramble, but there's been lots of positives
Yeah,
through
but
that.
you're in a great spot because like the teaching angle is a lot of like what people are looking for. They're looking for leadership and they're looking for an adult in the room. They're not just looking
Mm,
for stuff.
yeah.
And like, yeah, man, like imagine, I don't know to what degree do you think you're following the instructions in the training program, but you're only like early. I reckon you're going
Mm,
to be able to follow the program four times better than you're currently doing and what the
mm,
trajectory of that looks like, you know? So
mm.
I think from like a just just from an implementation standpoint, like it sounds like you're using a lot of the stuff. So it really just is the
Yeah.
beginning, I think. And
Yeah.
like most of it's understanding how to how to go deeper with every conversation that we are
Mm,
already getting, not leads and new people. It's just it's doubling down on who you've already got, you know. So yeah,
yeah.
you're doing a great job, mate. What take us through like how's this changed the outlook for how you think about your design business?
Yeah, there's so many possibilities that I think about, and I've started to think about, well, how do I, if I am getting like this much work and I want to go bigger, what does that look like? Um, I've already started engaging like freelancers and stuff just to support me in parts of it, like dipping my toe in the water with that. But like, yeah, like I think in my objectives document, like it's like $500,000 a year. I want to be like the business making like that's like where I feel like that'd be amazing. It would give my family an amazing life. We could pay off our house, buy another one, all those types of things. So I guess the possibilities are really endless, and I guess to me it feels like it's in my hands to take it as big as I want to. Um, there's Yeah, I don't like there's trepidation there too of like, do I eventually next year look at getting someone else on if I'm that busy, or do I keep it as like having freelancers doing bits and pieces for me when I am like under the pump, for example? Yeah, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like I know like a numerical amount that like it'd be great to get to, but then I also don't want to limit myself to what that is either. Yeah,
Yeah, amazing. Um, that was a great snapshot, mate. Thanks for
no
taking
worries.
the time to kind of share some insights. Yeah, wasn't I? Didn't I? I think the other day, didn't I say you should buy another house? I was using you as an
Yes,
example,
yeah,
or
yeah,
didn't I?
buy another
Yeah,
house. Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like, that's a good idea.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I wrote hell yeah in the chat. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But like yeah, it's um, it's really just the compounding of getting better at the stuff that's already happening.
yes,
Like it's not about stuff outside of us or new people. It's just about doing a better job of going deeper and then asking
yeah,
smarter questions and learning more and then building better offers. Like it happens pretty quick.
yeah. And I think like at the moment, I would say in terms of like we were just talking in that call was to a lot to talk about niche, and I'm kind of not in the weeds because I'm doing well, is deciding and kind of assessing where's the biggest bang for my buck, and then I can lean into that. Because like doing graphic design or branding and stuff is great, but then like then being able to add on a website into that makes the job very big for like a small business as well, if I can add that on. Yeah, it's just deciding where I lean into, or if does something drop off, or do I keep everything? That's why like the freelancer aspect's interesting to me, and I've used it a couple of times with like I'm doing branding and logo. Can I get a freelancer to build the website? I do the initial design, and then they just go off and do the grunt work of actually finishing it, like putting it together, and I'm just checking it over, and then I'm able to keep having calls and doing my finances and things. I'm not missing out on those other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
totally. Um, Lovely, mate. Well, yeah, thank you for taking
no
the time,
worries.
and this is just the beginning, dude. So I look forward
Yeah.
to seeing how you piece it together and just keep reaching out with questions. I'm more than
Yeah,
happy to
awesome.
help. Yeah,
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything. It's been, yeah, amazing. It's been awesome. Thanks so much. And yeah, thanks for the work you do as well. I know obviously we pay for it, but I think we do appreciate it. And you do go above and beyond. So thanks. Thanks so much.
awesome, mate.